Hello students. So this is the fifth videos in the series of figures of speech. I hope you are enjoying learning different figures of speech. Till now we have seen 12 figures of speech. In this video we will see the other 4 and they are quite interesting. Figures of speech we listen, hear, see, read every day in our life. And if we know them well, it is pleasure to identify when someone is speaking, when we hear it in the songs, when we see it in the poems. Okay? So now, today, which are the figures of speech which we are going to study? We are going to study metonymy, tautology, Litotes, and Synecdoche. Now, metonymy. What is metonymy? In metonymy, usually, what is used? It is a change of meaning. Means it literally means instead of using that particular word, we are using a word which is associated with it. And the association is so strong that everyone can identify what exactly you want to convey. Okay? It's an object is designated by the name by something which is generally associated with it. Okay, very easy example. The pen is mightier than sword. Now, what is pen associated with? It is associated with intellect. What is sword associated with? It is associated with power. It is associated with strength. Okay, so you can easily understand. Here actually we are using some other word associated with it. So many examples are there. You must address the chair. Now here chair we are using for whom? The person in authority. Yeah? Okay. The crown is mighty. Now the crown symbolizes the king. We are using the words which we are using symbols, we are using signs. Okay? Related with the word. For example, nowadays I am reading Milton. So I am reading books of Milton. It is used. It is easily understood. You can easily understand the sign symbol used by me. Okay. When we say a dove, it is symbol of peace. You can easily understand. You can easily understand. So metonymy, where a word which is symbolic is used to describe something else. Okay. Next example is of tautology. Tautology is very easy to identify. How? Because it is unnecessary use of the word having similar meaning. Word or idea with similar meaning are used in the same sentence. Actually, there is no need. It is an unnecessary use of a particular word having the same meaning. For example, he is lean and thin. He is lean and thin. Now, lean means thin. Thin, you already know. So, we are using similar words to describe the same thing. So, here, he dwelt in lonely isolation. Now, lonely means the same thing, isolation means the same. But we are using it side by side in the same sentence. So, tautology, where words having similar meaning are used for emphasis. It's actually an unnecessary use of the same word. In the month of April. Now, month we already know. Even if you say in April, it is quite clear. But still we are using words conveying the same meaning. Okay. Next is Litotes. Now, in this figure of speech, what is done? In this figure of speech, actually, it is just opposite of hyperbole. It's opposite of hyperbole. Why? What we do in hyperbole, we used to exaggerate. And in this figure of speech, what we do? We are deliberately, we are making it weaker. Why? Just for emphasis. Instead of saying she is honest, we are saying she is not dishonest. Okay? So, this is just opposite of hyperbole. I am a citizen of no mean city. No. Why no mean city means a very powerful city, a famous city it can be. Right? So instead of saying I am a citizen of a famous city, a well-known city, the person is saying I am a citizen of no mean city. Just for emphasis, a negative word has been used for emphasis. Okay? Now, the next one is Synecdoche. Synecdoche in this figure of speech. What we do? We use a part to convey whole or whole to convey a part. Very easy example to remember this is India won the first test match against Australia. For example, this is as an example. Now India here is used for the whole, but means all went to play? No, only a team which represented India went to play. So a part to represent the whole, a part to represent the whole. Now when we represent whole by a part, which is the other example? Give me a helping hand. Give me a helping hand. So here hand means the complete person. So whole represented by a part represented by the whole. Example of Synecdoche. So in this video we saw 4 figures of speech today. Which are the 4 figures of speech which we saw today? Metonymy, where a word, a sign, a symbol is used to represent something. And we are familiar with the symbols. We are familiar with these symbols which are being used. And that's why the meaning is quite clear to us. For example, I gave one very easy example to remember this. The pen is mightier than the sword. The pen, intellect, the sword, powerful. Okay? Some strength. Next, tautology, where in the same sentence unnecessarily 2 words are used to convey the same meaning. Okay? Very easy example to remember. He is lean and thin. Okay? Then, Litotes. In this figure of speech, what we do? We use a negative word to emphasize the same thought. It is opposite of hyperbole. In hyperbole, we exaggerate it. And in this figure of speech, we knowingly we are making literal. Means what we are doing? We are conveying by negation of the expression. Okay? Just to strongly express what we want to suggest. The last one we saw today is Synecdoche, in which a part represents the whole and the whole represents a part. Easiest example to remember, India won the match against Australia. India, a part, the whole represented by a part. Okay? Or a part represented by a whole. Give me a helping hand. So here today we saw 4 figures of speech. I hope you might have understood it, and they are very simple. As I am always reminding you that whenever you study figures of speech, you should remember the examples instead of the definition and the keywords. Okay? When we are talking about metonymy, an object symbolically used to explain something associated with it. Tautology, similar words having the same meaning, the words having similar meaning. Litotes, the negation is used to strongly emphasize what one wants to convey, and Synecdoche, a part for a whole and a whole for a part. I hope you might have understood. Now in the next videos we will see the figures of speech associated with contrast and sound. Thank you.